Uh, it's a little different feeling than a couple weeks ago. But I think that speaks to the character of the kind of guys we have on this team that, they're focused on improvement and taking it 1 week at a time. And, that's where success will be built on. How do we improve each week? Because the minute we stop improving, we'll start losing games.
How much more pressure then does the loss of Weissman put on an inconsistent passing?
I don't know if it puts more pressure on it. I think the way our system's built, it relies on the run game. And when we can't establish the run game as an offensive line, that puts the pressure on the quarterback and the receivers to start making big plays. So we can take that pressure off of them as an offensive line by performing the way we can and trying to open up holes.
Thanks, James.
That was a surprising matchup. Thanks. I mean, there weren't many people predicting your Penn State to be 2-0 at this point.
Yeah, but that's just kind of the nature of Big Ten football. It always seems like there's a few teams that kind of come out and win games they shouldn't be winning. But it's not really surprising to us. We know what we're capable of, and I'm sure Penn State isn't surprised either that they're 2-0 in Big Ten play, or they might be 3-0. Sorry.
2-0. Yeah. It should be a fun atmosphere though. Night game at Kinnick, and the fans are all excited about this.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'll take away from my college career for sure is playing in Kinnick at night. Kinnick's electric, at 11 a.m., but, when you get those later 6 p.m., 7 p.m. kickoffs, it's something that's, truly unique to college football.
James, from my perspective, it looked like no other game maybe symbolized a perfect 100th win for your dad's team, than what happened the other day. I mean, rotten weather, you guys played tight, close to the vest, made the plays when you needed to play them. I mean, how did that feel for you to go through that?
That was a great moment. We all really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. We relied on the defense a lot, and they came through for us big time. So, it was good team football, and, that's the kind of football we need to continue playing if we want to keep having success.
James, can you talk about wrestling in high school and how that has affected your football career, post-high school?
It's just, I think it's something that, fuels the competitor inside of you. I think, wrestling is one of the unique sports where there is no one else. It's just you on the mat. And, being able to do that in high school, I think, just, helped develop my competitiveness.
And your dad just said that wrestling is a sick sport. He doesn't understand why anyone wrestles. Do you think it impacted kind of your work ethic and your ability to just kind of kill your body?
Yeah, I think it's just wrestling. If you look at our wrestlers here at the University of Iowa, no one is a better picture of what it means to really embrace the grind and, put your body through things for, whatever reason. Because, when you're losing in wrestling, it's not a lot of fun. And so, what those guys do over in Carver is it's incredible. And they're a great role model for us to look at as what it means to be a competitor at the championship level.
Do you still go to meets in Carver?
Yeah, I do. I really enjoy watching them compete. Like I said, you're just talking about the, ideal role model of what it means to be a true competitor.
Are you loose right now? Are you confident?
I am as confident as I've ever been, and I'm looking forward to another chance to play another good defense.
You loose right now?
I am loose right now, yes. All stretched out.
Stretched. What about Penn State? What have you seen on film?
Well, they're a really good defense. From top to bottom, the front end, they got some guys that are physical, and obviously their linebackers are a really good bunch, and then they got some guys that can cover them. I think they're gaining more confidence every week in their new system, and they definitely pose some difficulties from an offensive standpoint.
James, how's Jordan Canzeri coming along?
He's doing well, and I think he's getting more confidence week in and week out, and we're definitely going to need him down the road.
Greg Garman, originally being from Pennsylvania, might make his first career start this week. You notice a little excitement in him, a little pep in his step?
I haven't seen him yet, but I'm sure he'll be excited for that opportunity and to get those reps with the first team. And I think we have a lot of confidence in Greg's abilities.
I guess looking at Kirksey on defense, like when you guys go in skelly drills and stuff in practice, what are some of the things that you see from him that he's doing well? Because, I mean, the position he's playing now seems to put more on pass coverage than tackle.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that can do it all, literally. I love Chris to death, and I love getting to play against him. He's extremely physical for how slender he may look. He has got a lot of pop to him, but at that same time, him and Morris, they can guard just about anybody. I mean, we could put them out on receivers, and I'd have pretty decent confidence that they could do the job. So they're both really unique players, and I think Chris has done a really nice job.
Was that Wiseman touchdown run yesterday? It looked like a pretty quick snap, like you guys got right up there and snapped him before the defense even set. Is that called by the coaching staff, or is that something that you...
No, that's just something I can control, and something that because of all the things they did, we hadn't done very much, and it was a pretty solid play call with whatever they did. So I talked to the linemen, they were all good on it, and we caught them off guard because I know both their D tackles weren't even quite down their stance yet.
Tight end's got, I think, 4 catches last week. I mean, how much of a concerted effort is there to get the ball to them at this point?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a concerted effort, but we want, all of our good players to get touches, and that includes Doozy and CJ and Cavante and Keenan and Bullock and Mark. So we're going to try to spread it around to all those guys as much as we can, and tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. And as CJ's obviously grown up so much and can do so much, but I think Doozy really had a good week last week as well.
Keenan has really elevated his level of play, year to year, and now I think 3 or 4 games in a row he's had 6 catches. Do you guys start to feel like there's a kinship there between you two?
Yeah, I think we've had a great relationship for a long time, and he's a guy that's a physical threat. And I think he's done such a nice job this year of taking the plays that we've called for him and making the most of them. And we got to do have a continued effort to get him the ball more.
Yeah, that's actually, obviously what we want to be. It's 3-0, and the only way to get there is to beat Penn State. So that's pretty much what we're focusing on right now.
Weren't many people picking Iowa or Penn State to be 3-0 to start the year in the Big Ten. Kind of a surprising matchup, you think, nationally?
Yeah, probably. We knew what kind of team we had. We were working through some things, obviously, earlier in the year, but, we just kept on working. That's all you can do, and I'm sure they kind of went through the same thing. So I think we're similar teams in that. We're pretty resilient and keep playing, and it'll be definitely a tough matchup this weekend.
Both teams do a good job at turnovers. You guys are leading the conference tied at turnover margin. What's the mentality for trying to take the ball away?
Yeah, it's a conscious thought, trying to get the ball out, being in the right place at the right time, stripping the ball. When the ball's in the air, we feel like it's our ball. We got to go up and get it and make a play for it and get the ball back for our offense.
Tom, what's your career path?
What's that?
What do you want to do after college?
I really want to go into coaching. It'll be probably my number 1 choice. Follow my dad's footsteps, I guess. I love the game of football and what it provides and what it stands for, and getting ready for games, preparing. Can't really get that experience anywhere else in any other kind of job. So I feel like coaching will probably be my career path after.
You've obviously experienced the difficult side of it with your dad's had to move several times and moved from communities, and he's been blamed for plays that haven't necessarily worked out. Have you talked to Greg at all?
Yeah, I talked to him today. I just wanted to be a good teammate for him, and just tell him, hey, I've been there too. We both know his dad's a great coach, and, even better human being. He's been really beneficial in my time here. I've been, honored to know him and get to know him. So, it's part of the business, and I think he knows that, and I know that, and I just kind of roll with the punches and kind of take it as what it's worth and move on a little bit. So
what does your dad think of you considering coaching as your profession?
Yeah, he's never pushed me into it. He just wanted to make sure that's really what I wanted to do. He wanted me to see the true side of coaching, behind the scenes. So I've been starting to work with him a little bit more on that aspect. But yeah, it just made me want to do it even more. So he's completely fine with it.
The 100-hour work weeks, sometimes, from bloodshot eyes on Mondays and Tuesdays pouring over film. Is that what you're used to a lot? Did he show you those sides of it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know. Growing up with it, you see it every season. So, there's some downsides to it, but there's also a lot of positives too that you can't get in any other profession. So, you kind of take it for what it's worth, and I feel that's really what I want to do.
Comes down to, but you play different teams, and I wouldn't say it'd be a huge advantage or anything. You just know that going to the game is gonna be a hard-fought game, a tough game, and it might come down to the last minute.
This is a team that likes to go for it on 4th down quite a bit. I think they've gone for it 20 times. So does that change your approach?
You gotta be ready. It might not just be a 3 and out. You gotta be ready for a 4 and out. And you gotta prepare yourself best for. We obviously go over 3rd and short and 4th and short and stuff like that, and short yardage, the offensive short yardage game. But you gotta prepare it, and like I said, it might not just be a 3 and out, it might be a 4 and out too.
Talk about just the nature of the team right now. To keep fighting. That was a tough environment. You're down 7-0 right off the bat. But what was it that kept helping you persevere through that game?
You know, just like what Coach tells all the time, you know, it's Big Ten play. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna come down to the wire. You know, fourth quarter, and we know that. And yeah, obviously, it took overtime to get this win. But you know, going into every Big Ten game, we know it's gonna be a hard-fought game, and it's gonna come down to the wire. And you gotta prepare yourself best for it. I think Coach has prepared us, you know, off season for that, you know, and I think Coach Joe has prepared us, you know, in the strength program to do so also. So, you know, I just think that our coach has done a good job preparing us, and you know, we know that Big Ten game is gonna be tough.
What's the attitude going to be like on Saturday? I mean, what are you going to do differently than maybe you have on a regular game day? I mean, what's your day going to be consisted of?
I think the only thing different is just a night game. You know, you're sitting at the hotel a little longer, but the routine's going to be the same. You know, we've played in a lot of, I want to say about 4 or 5 night games since I've been here. So, you know, we've been through it. You know, we know our routine, and you know, it's just getting the younger guys, you know, accustomed to this routine of sitting in the hotel. You know, sometimes you got to get up and maybe go for a little walk, you know, earlier in the day. But, you know, I think, you know, everything's the same throughout the week, you know, preparation. But I think the only thing difference is just, you know, sitting in the hotel on Saturday a little longer.
Not going to stay in bed the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get up and do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt McGloin has emerged as one of the most proficient passers in the Big Ten. What kind of challenge does it pose facing him on Saturday?
Well, we know he's a dangerous player. You know, like we said before, you know, he's not really a huge runner, but you know, he can sit back there and he's a leader on that offense. You know, he's a smart guy. We've seen last year, you know, he can make plays for his team. You know, we gotta prepare best for him, and hopefully, you know, get some pressure on him on Saturday.
Is there a little bit of added pressure going into this game on the defense, knowing that, you know, you might not be 100% on offense with the situation in the backfield?
Oh no, we don't really pay attention to, you know, what the offenses do. We know as a defense, we try to get, you know, the ball for the offense in good field position and get off the field on third downs. So you know, we don't really pay attention to what's going on with the offense or anything like that. We just know as a defense we play as a team, and you know, we get pressure on the offense, then we'll be fine.